Here's an easy way to understand your nervous system and the role that it plays in anxiety or depression. I want you to imagine your nervous system is a bucket. Now, your bucket and my bucket might be different sizes, but every bucket has a limited carrying capacity, and every person has whatever strength they have to carry a bucket for however heavy it gets. This will make sense in a minute. So you've got your bucket, you wake up in the morning, and every single thing throughout your day adds some water to that bucket. Every decision you have to make, any trigger that you experience, any stress at work, clutter around you, your nervous system, using something called neuroception, is constantly scanning both your external and your internal environment for safety or threat. And it's doing this based on our past experience. So if you have a million things on your schedule, if you have some unhealed trauma, a million decisions to make, loud, crazy kids, all of the above, then there's a lot going into your bucket all day long. Now I want you to imagine that you are standing at the top of a ladder holding this bucket. When you're at the top of the ladder, you've got really great perspective, you can make really intentional decisions, you see it all, right? As that bucket gets heavier and heavier and heavier, it pushes you further and further and further down that ladder. The first stop is your sympathetic state. That is your fight or flight. We have lost perspective. Now we're really reactive. We're much more triggered. And if that bucket keeps getting heavier and heavier and heavier, that load on our nervous system becomes overwhelming and we go into our freeze, our shutdown state. And this can be depression. So why does this matter? Because if you are struggling with anxiety or depression and you have been trying one thing for a really long time and it's not working for you, a really amazing next step would be to take a look at all of the things that are going into your stress bucket, because each and every one of those things in those categories is a lever that you can pull to remove some of that load and walk yourself back up that ladder. And I teach my clients that you can take a proactive and a reactive approach to managing the load on your nervous system. So proactive is, what are you going to do on a daily basis to get stronger so that you can carry more in your bucket? And then the reactive is, what are those tools that you can use when you notice your bucket starting to get a little bit heavier to poke holes in that bucket and throughout your day let some of that pressure out so that you don't feel as trapped and stuck in your survival mode. And you can learn so much more about this neuroscience approach to anxiety or depression by joining us in the membership launching in June.